This is a matter of Becky Branscombe, file 38078.
All right, the court has been asked to approve the 32nd, 33rd, and 34th annual accounting filed by Ms. Barbara Fay Branscombe. Ms. Branscombe, hi, good morning. Are you able to either join us at the council table or even just briefly at the podium? Whatever you're more comfortable with. Both are via microphone. All right, Deputy Ange, would you swear her in, please?
Please raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Michael McFarland, attorney Guardian Litem, and I have submitted my waivers and consents finding all the accounts accepted.
Yes, and I have them in the file. Thank you. All right, Ms. Branscombe, is all of the information contained in your accountings truthful, accurate, and complete to the best of your knowledge and information?
It is, yes.
Thank you. Is there anything you'd like to say about the work that you've completed in this file?
No. It's getting easier all the time. A lot of practice.
That's good. Yeah, 32nd and 34th, yeah.
Yeah.
How is Miss Becky doing?
She's holding her own. She's doing really well. Place that she's at takes excellent care of her, and we have to go in like every 6 months. She goes into the hospital and to have her airway checked and to see if it's cleaned out of any adjustment or if they change the trach type deal, and we do that on Friday again. So the last time the doctor says that tell the staff, and I will put it in writing, that they are taking excellent care of her.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's great to hear.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else that you wanted to share with us today?
I was wondering, I have 35 years of records, not these I will never do with it without those, but every time something is paid by Allstate, I get a copy of that records, and the pile's getting pretty high.
I can imagine.
Do I dare shred most of it, or how much what do you think about, eliminating some of them?
Well, for me, as long as I've approved the accountings, they're approved. Within reason, there's a 21-day appeal period in the event someone were to appeal my approval of your accountings. But for court's purposes, we have copies of all of your prior accounts that you've filed. We keep the copies of those here.
Oh, sure.
So I don't need you to keep those necessarily. It's really a more of a personal
Well,
decision. And I think
The
Mr.
court
McFarland.
record, the court paperwork, I don't have a problem. It's the stack of every time something's billed and it gets
I can chat with
paid,
you
I
on
get a
call.
copy.
I can chat with you on call.
Okay, sure, okay.
That's probably a better way to go. I can't give you any legal advice from the bench. I can just tell you from the court's perspective that once they're approved, with the exception of any appeal.
Well,
Okay?
yes, I'm glad of that. Let's put it that way.
Yes, me too. And speaking of which, all interested parties have been given notice for purposes of today's hearing on the annual accounting submitted for approval today. I have received no objections. Mr. McFarland has in fact signed waivers indicating he has no objections or no issues with your work. So I have signed approving the 32nd, 33rd, and 34th annual accountings, including those fees and costs. As you look forward to talking with Mr. McFarland, feel free also to stop into the clerk's office and they'll give you a copy of the order from today.
Okay,
Thanks for
good.
coming in.
Okay, thank you.
This is in the matter of the estate of Andrew Pangorn, file 53683.
All right, court has been asked to authorize a probate estate in this matter. May I have the names of our participants, please?
I'm gonna grab the Pangorn family. They're in the hall, but they're big in number.
All right. Would you like to give us your appearance for the record?
Sure, it's Jessica Kelly on behalf of the petitioner, Elizabeth Pangorn. She will be joining me here at the table, and a big contingent of the rest of the Pangorn family will be with us in the courtroom as well.
Right. All right, may I have your name for the record?
Elizabeth Caroline Pangorn.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Kelly, whenever you're ready.
Judge, we may additionally have some attendees on Zoom, so I just want to make sure there's nobody in the waiting room.
Well, there's nobody in the waiting room. We have Ms. Schaefer, I recognize her, and an Andrea Pangorn, but they are logged in successfully.
Very good, thank you. The Pangorn family is before the court today on a petition for probate. The petition is ordinary in a few ways. We are asking that the 2017 will be admitted to probate and formal appointment of the nominated personal representative, Elizabeth Pangorn. However, because the will included some slightly unusual provisions, the petition makes related requests. So for example, the decedent listed all of his living grandchildren, step-grandchildren, and a former foster grandchild as contingent beneficiaries in the will, but more grandchildren were born after 2017. And the family agrees that those after-born grandchildren should be included in that class of devisees. So the petition requests the determination of heirs and inclusion of those after-born grandchildren. Also, the decedent described his wishes to bequeath his farm to his son Patrick, who has made the farm his family's home. However, the decedent then went on to say if Patrick should ever sell the farm, there was this unvested contingent remainder interest that the grandchildren had in the sale proceeds. But Patrick has no intention of selling the farm, so there's no way to secure those interests right now, which is why we are proposing the establishment of a trust to protect those interests. Notice of the petition was, and the hearing was served on all of the interested parties. We published the notice of hearing and we hosted a Zoom meeting for everybody on June 30th. So together we reviewed the petition, received no objections, and we also reviewed the draft of the trust document, but we made a few revisions to the draft that we had submitted to the court originally, but there was unanimous consent about those revisions. So we're asking for the court to grant the petition with both the ordinary and the additional requests, and we're available to answer any questions.
All right, I have not received any objections in the file. Have you received any objections or pushback of any kind on your
None.
proposal?
No, none.
Good. I know there's a farm, because you've mentioned that. Are there other assets potentially to be administrated?
With the authority we have so far, what we know is that there is a truck and potentially a checking account, but it's modest in size.
So at this time, is it your position that there are not enough assets to justify a bond?
There's no, we expect that the house will be the primary asset and that it will be secured in that trust.
Very well. Did you want to take any testimony from your client?
I'm happy to, just briefly for the record. Sure.
All right, Deputy Ames, if you could swear in Ms. Elizabeth Pangorn for us.
You can remain seated, but raise your right hand, please.
Yep.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Thank you. Would you state your name, please?
Yep, Elizabeth Caroline Pangorn.
And I'm going to make it really short, but it's a long question. The petition that you completed, was it truthful, accurate, and complete to the best of your knowledge? It was, yep. Very good. So Judge, we would rely on what was included in the petition.
Thank you. Yes, the court finds all interested parties were given notice for purposes of today's hearing. There is information to support the request as articulated by Ms. Kelly. There's included information that Mr. Pangorn passed away May 30th, 2023, a resident of Lenawee County, making venue proper in this court. The proposed heirs are uncontested and do appear to be consistent with the law as well as the will, including the special language requested regarding the grandchildren as a group, including all of the particulars that Ms. Kelly has already mentioned. The will is also uncontested and appears to be necessary and appropriate to administer the estate according to Mr. Pangorn's wishes. That will be admitted and will govern the administration of the estate under Ms. Elizabeth Pangorn as personal representative, who is appropriate and suitable for appointment according to the statutes. Supervised administration does not appear to be necessary nor appropriate pursuant to the will. The order further reflects the petition is granted. The appointment of Ms. Pangorn to serve without bond as personal representative under the administration of the directives of the will, and the determination of heir, as well as the specific language requested by the family. So I have signed the order as well as the will. And I'm going to sign now the letters of appointment for Ms. Elizabeth Pangorn as personal representative. Thank you everyone for coming today, and I'm very sorry for your loss. Unless there's any questions, that's all for today.
No, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Good luck. Yes, if you want to step across the hall, I'm sure the probate clerks might like to give you copies today. Thank you.
This is in the matter of Maurice Kates, file 52789.
Right. We're going to ask you to approve the first annual accounting in this file. May the names of our participants, please.
Fred Lucas String on behalf of the Guardians.
Jimmy Kates.
Good morning.
Michael McFarland, attorney guardian ad litem,
Thank you.
and I have submitted my waiver of consent.
Thank you.
And Donna Coleman, daughter of Marie.
Good morning. All right, Mr. Lucas, presentation this morning.
We filed the accounting. Does not appear to be anything that Ms. Kates is continuing to decline in her cognitive abilities. Is there anything that you like that?
Nothing. My mom continues to decline. We take care of her daily, so, and everything's running smooth. The accounting's fine. My sister takes great care of that. There's no discrepancies on my part when I check it, even though I try to make her look at it. No, everything's fine. Status quo.
Very good. All right, I'll just have Deputy Ames swear in Mr. Kates and Ms. Coleman just to verify your work in this file.
Raise your right hands, please. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, is all the information contained in the annual accounting truthful, accurate, and complete to the best of your knowledge and information, Mr. Kates?
Yes, it is.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
I appreciate your comments so far. Is there anything else you might want to say about the work you completed in this file, or Ms. Marie Kates?
Nothing at this time.
Mr. Lucas mentioned to me before we came out on the record that Ms. Kates is upwards of 90 years old.
She's 86.
That's amazing. It's great to hear that she's still around, and thank you for the work in the file. All interested parties were given notice. It does appear to be correct, and the order does reflect that the accounting is allowed, including any and all fees and costs. Again, with this one, we'll have you step across the hall to get copies today before you leave, if you like. Unless there's any questions, that's all for today.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day. All right.
Okay, this is in the matter of Timothy Burggerine, file 52580.
Did you get your steps in today?
It's good.
Yeah. All right, Ms. Schaefer, welcome back. I heard from my clerk's office that you were able to get at least a draft in. So congratulations on your progress. And I'm assuming that we're going to be looking at giving you some additional time to sort of look at that work with the clerks and make sure everything's in order. Is that accurate? Oh, you'll have to unmute on your end.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
I guess I need to make some corrections.
Yes. Would you give us your name for the record?
Dawn Marie Schaefer.
Thank you. All right. Very good. Would you like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or how much time do you need in order to make your way through your next draft?
Give me 3.
Okay. We've got a spot at 10 o'clock on August 7th, or we can go to August 14th at 9:30. Do you have a preference?
August 14th at 9:30. What
Okay,
day is that?
sounds good.
What day
It's
is
a
it, ma'am?
Thursday. We could
Yes.
do Wednesday or Thursday if that works better for you.
The Wednesday would be more beneficial.
All right, so let's do Wednesday, the 13th. And we'll just give you, is the 9 o'clock spot okay?
Yes.
All right, so we'll go August 13th at 9 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, and that's all for today.
Okay. Talk to you another time.
Sounds good, thanks.
Have a great day, Your Honor.
Thank you, you too. All right, we can go right into our 9:30.
All right, come on, guys.
Alice, it will. Okay.
This is in the matter of Wendy Drebeck, file 53609.
All right, we are back on the record as it relates to the request for guardian and conservator in the matter of Wendy Drebeck. May I have the names of our participants, please?
Michael McFarland, attorney, guardian at life.
I see the rest of our participants filing in. Mr. Walsh is here from Protective Services. Welcome back. Your name for the record?
Richard Drebeck.
Doug Hartung on behalf of the petitioner, Richard Drebeck.
Thank you.
Mr. Brooks, I believe, is still in the jury room.
So, great question.
Way over there on the side there.
Yes, he is the appointed attorney for Mr. Drebeck. Now it's in here.
I'll check the jury room.
Thank you.
And then text him if not.
Thanks.
Yeah, but I'll let you know.
Okay, good morning, welcome back.
Okay.
All right, looks like we have another participant who's sat down. Would you like to introduce her, Mr. Hartog?
That is Wendy Drebeck.
Great.
Wendy Marie Kates.
Thank you, welcome. All right, we're looking for Mr. Brooks.
Maybe in the back.
He might have got caught in the construction. It's not too far from here.
Yes, I saw that this morning. Great. Good morning, Mr. Brooks. All right, we welcome you here on behalf of Ms. Wendy Drebeck as court-appointed attorney. Is that correct?
It is.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Hartog, would you like to make your presentation this morning?
Remember, when we left off last time, the petitioner completed their case, and Mr. Brooks was in the process of speaking to potential witnesses that Ms. Wendy Drebeck had wanted to have testify on her behalf. We took a little break and went back into the jury room with myself and Mr. Brooks and Mr. McFarland. Did have a chance to speak to one witness on the phone that day, and there was a couple others he wanted to speak to before we came back. So I'll turn it over to Mr. Brooks.
Thank you.
One witness or potential witness I spoke to flat out refused to be a witness since she could not support my client's position. And the other one, I never could get her on the phone.
Well, thank you for trying on behalf of your client. So just to confirm, do you have any other witnesses that you might want to call?
Yes, we do.
Well, who is it?
Our neighbor over here.
That's one I'm not familiar with.
She knows me and my dad well.
Kim Mulkey.
Yes, she's good. And she's.
Okay. Mr. McFarland, do you have any remarks before we get into witness testimony?
I don't know if maybe Mr. Brooks wanted to take 2 minutes to speak to that witness to see if she's beneficial to his position or not, but I'll leave that to him, Your Honor. But my position has not changed, that I still support her. So.
Mr. Brooks, back to you.
Well, I had an appointment scheduled to this lady Monday. And she didn't show up, so I'm not. And I think if I'm left in a position where I have to just take my chances, I'm gonna take my chances and call Ms. Wilkie as my client is.
Very good.
No, you can't volunteer it.
All right. Ms. Wilkie.
Hi,
Hi, come on up to our witness stand. We'll need you to give us your name, your full name as well. Perhaps once you get by this podium with a microphone, that could be great. Could you state and spell your full name, please?
Kim Welke.
And is it just K-I-M?
Oh, it's Kimberly Ann.
Okay, would you spell it for me?
Kimberly, then ANNWELKE.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, Mr.
Raise your right hand.
Deputy Ames will take it.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
There's a step here, be careful.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Brooks.
Ma'am, you and I have not spoken before, so I have no idea what you're going to say, but do you understand the nature of this court hearing?
I do.
Would you stop,
What your
right up to that
understanding
microphone?
is.
I'm sorry.
That's
Is
okay.
that better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
You tell the court what you understand the nature of the hearing is.
This is a hearing for competency and guardianship.
Thank you. My client has asked you to come in and testify and you've agreed, is that correct?
I came in as moral support and. if
Well,
there's
the
any-
question I have is, do you have an opinion as to whether or not she needs the assistance being offered by her brother?
I know that she would like to stay living in the house on her own. I know that was her dad's wishes. I do believe she does need assistance with things like paying bills and helping to get her state ID and stuff like that. So I don't know how much I can support either side. This is hard. But I know that's what she wants, but I do believe she does need help. So I do. So having a conservator and guardian, I think would be in her best interest. That doesn't help you
Anything else
much.
you'd like to add to that now? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I just want to make sure we get.
She does need assistance. She needs assistance with helping with the yard and helping with the house, and the roof has leaks in the yard and everything is overgrown. Concerned she has no driver's license or nobody set to help her with food. I tried to help get food and stuff, but she says she has a house full. But having somebody just so she's not alone all the time and to help her make wise decisions. A friend to help you would be great. So that's really about, I don't know what more I can say without hurting anybody's feelings or anything.
Without hurting anybody's feelings, is that what you said?
I don't want to hurt Wendy. I don't want to hurt her at all,
No,
so.
Mitch.
Okay.
Sorry. I have no other questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Hartine?
Just a couple. Ms. Welke, how do you know her?
I live right next door.
And how long have you known her for?
I moved into that house in 2017, but we went to school together too. Graduated in 79. I think you graduated same year with me, right? Yeah.
So have you, over the course of the years that you've been there, has her condition been the same or has it declined or deteriorated?
I think about the same since I've lived there.
Okay. Were you aware that she had encountered a bout of encephalitis as a teenager?
I did.
Okay.
I was aware. I think she was 2 or 3 or something when that happened.
Have you been in the house recently?
No, she's opened the door and I've seen a little bit inside the house. There's a lot of boxes, a hoarder situation. It's my understanding.
It is your opinion as a friend and a neighbor that she is worthy, she needs a guardian, she needs a conservator.
She does.
Thank you. I
Yes.
have no further questions.
Okay.
Mr. McFarland?
Are you also familiar with her brother?
Yes.
Does he appear to be an acceptable person in your mind to be a conservator and guardian?
Yes, but here's a little concern. I met him and his wife multiple times. They're very, very nice, but they want a brother-sister relationship. And so maybe having somebody not related would be better.
That gets my next question. Mr. Kates is a neutral person, and I think you've already suggested a more neutral person. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's all I have.
Any redirect, Mr. Brooks?
No.
Recross, Mr. Hartine?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you for your testimony. You may return to your seat.
Thank you.
Anyone else you'd like us to hear from, Mr. Brooks?
Ma'am, you got any other witnesses?
Oh, no.
No, Your Honor.
Anyone you'd like us to hear from, Mr. McFarland?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Anyone else, rebuttal from you, Mr. Hartine?
Your Honor, the only thing I wanted to indicate on the record was the other 2 witnesses that Mr. Drebeck had indicated were Dennis Fox and his wife, whose name is Lynn Fox. And when we were back in the jury room at our last hearing, we called and left a message for them. They actually did call my office, I think the next day. And I gave them Mr. Brooks's phone number. They did speak with me, and, you know, just by way of summary, I know that they were also neighbors of Ms. Drebeck. And by way of summary, their testimony from my perspective, with my conversations with them, would have been very similar to Ms. Wilkie's.
Right, any comments in closing, Mr. Brooks? Sorry?
Well, my client is opposed to the appointment of guardian and conservator. She feels she can take care of her own business affairs.
Mr. McFarland?
I think the petitioner's burden has been met, Your Honor. I do approve a neutral guardian conservator in Ms. Kates, for the approval of her family. I think sometimes that's the best way to handle situations like this. That's my position.
So I noticed in the petition that the assets for Ms. Drebeck were indicated as unknown. Obviously, if there's a need for a conservator, I would need to have some presentation on what, if any, assets needed to be managed on her behalf. Of course, we've had the testimony about bill paying, but Mr. Hartine, was there anything additional that you wanted to offer on that point?
Sure. In the reference in some of the verified petitions and affidavits that have been filed in this matter, Your Honor, there is a probate estate in this court, and Ms. Drebeck and Mr. Drebeck are the heirs of that. They are the devisees of that, actually. And that probate estate is still being determined the value of, but it will exceed $250,000 for sure. And in addition to that, there are contractual beneficiary situations with annuities and life insurance policies that will likely also be well in excess of $100,000 that Mr. Drebeck and Wendy Drebeck, Miss Wendy Drebeck, are beneficiaries on. And we have installed this protective order that the court previously approved. The insurance companies and the annuity companies have withholding disbursement until a conservator can be put in place for her protection to allow that to be maintained properly. Ms. Kates will have some work to do if the court approves this petition, but I'm happy to help her, or she can hire other assistants if need be, because there will be assets there to maintain and carry out.
All right, thank you for that reminder. Are you able to verify that during your investigation, Mr. McFarland?
I was, Your Honor.
Anything further on that point, Mr. Brooks?
No.
Very well. Well, the court finds all interested parties were given notice for purposes of today's hearing. The request for guardian and conservatorship is well grounded. We had a number of individuals testify at the last hearing, as well as a report executed by Ms. Michelle Liska with a summary sheet offered from June 24th, 2025. She is a clinical social work mental health professional who had the opportunity to meet with Ms. Drebeck on June 16th, 2025. There are a number of medications indicated to assist Ms. Drebeck in her diagnosis of, I'm just looking for the specifics. All right, one of the test results specifically indicated the presence of a neurocognitive decline in alignment with her DSM-5 working diagnosis of mild neurocognitive disorder due to traumatic brain injury. It further indicates there's an indication from the gathered information and/or test interpretations that Ms. Drebeck's present functioning abilities and skills are the result of a decompensation from a prior higher level of intellectual function. Her findings include a mild neurocognitive disorder due to the traumatic brain injury. And of course, the notes about the decline since that point. She remarks that for the most part, Ms. Drebeck performed very well on her objective cognitive tests. However, when her activities of daily living functioning is assessed, it is noted that there appears to be significant impairments as reported by her brother, Mr. Rick Drebeck, and the difficulties with self-management of her instrumental activities of daily living appear to have a causal relationship to Wendy's survival of encephalitis and subsequent coma at a young age, without mitigating aftercare services and treatments that may have helped Wendy in being able to more successfully navigate the after effects of her medical crisis. Due to Ms. Drebeck's significant difficulties with self-management of her instrumental activities of daily living, which would include things like eating and taking care of herself and her home and the things, many of the things that our witnesses noted that are also objectively observed to be unfortunately something that are not being taken care of. And because of her long-term effects of her, the long-term effects of her ABI status post-encephalitis and subsequent coma, it is recommended the court consider a full guardianship arrangement over Ms. Drebeck regarding housing, finances, medical care, and to secure appropriate community services to assist Wendy with residing safely in the community. We of course have the support of our guardian ad litem, as well as the petitioner and Mr. Walsh of Protective Services. I have the observations of others who care for Ms. Drebeck and have seen the struggles that she's had recently. And therefore, the court does find that that constitutes clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Drebeck is in fact in need of a guardian and is an incapacitated person as the law defines it. I find further, based on the presentation contained in the file, uncontested and also supported by the investigation of our guardian ad litem, but that financial protection is required for many of the things that Mr. Hartung mentioned specifically on the record today. I also find that it is appropriate to appoint Ms. Natasha Kates to navigate those roles both, understanding that her brother has filed the petition asking for the appointment of Ms. Kates, and will trust him to ensure that he's working with Ms. Kates and is ensuring that needs of his sister are being met in that arrangement. Also trust him to contact Mr. Hartung or the court directly if it becomes obvious that that's not a working arrangement. So you're not officially appointed, Mr. Drebeck, but I'm counting on you to continue to keep an eye on your sister, please.
Yes, ma'am.
I have signed the order appointing Natasha Kates as the guardian, as well as the letters of authority. And I find that on the same facts and circumstances, that that's necessary and appropriate to sign her conservator. I'm also signing that order and those letters of authority. Unless there's any questions, that's all for today. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Your Honor.